April of 16?
Yeah, April of 16.
16.
That is
We went
when
on the relocation tour.
So basically what we did was when we knew we were going to retire, our goal was always to retire at 55. So I retired first. I'm a couple years older. And while he was still working, I did all the research online for about 3 years as to where we might want to move. And I happened on the Panama Relocation Tour during that research. And so we had narrowed it down to 3 countries, and Panama was number 1. And this tour seemed like exactly what we needed to do, because it's really hard to believe what you read and see online. Those pictures might be old or whatever. So we took the tour, and it confirmed everything we had found, and we went home and sold things and gave them away and sold our homes and moved.
November 4th of 2017 is when we landed in Panama.
Yep. And when we landed, we decided to do our e-cedula, our pensionado visas, all of that right away. So we stayed in Panama City at a hotel that was dog friendly. We had a car we had purchased through one of our local car brokers here, and it was delivered to us at the hotel. Everything went so well because we followed Jackie's instructions to the letter, and we got our paperwork done and then drove here to an Airbnb that we had waiting. We decided to move to Boquete because the weather was ideal here. It was the most beautiful place we saw on the tour, and I didn't want really high temperatures, and I was very interested in gardening and social life, getting involved in the community. There's so much to do here: live music, the great food, all the expats, all the ways to volunteer, the community, the nature. We're an hour from the beach. We loved it here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as we were on the tour, as we left Panama City, headed down through Coronado, and then started making our way towards Boquete, I would see places that really tripped my trigger, and I'm like, ooh, I like this. And Jackie would say, wait till you see Boquete. And then we would go on, ooh, I like this area. And Jackie would say, wait till you see Boquete. And sure enough, when we left David and started up the hill, and it just completely changes from what you've seen prior. And it was like, wow, this is really, really neat.
Really beautiful.
And it is just, it's a fantastic place to live, friendly.
Reminds us a lot of Washington State, but it's more sunny when it rains.
Friendly people on both sides, expats and the Panamanians and everybody in between. It's incredibly friendly, very refreshing experience.
So when we moved here, we decided to follow the advice of Jackie again. We tried to do everything she said in her handbook because our experience was if we did that, we had no problem. So the advice is to rent for 6 months. And when we first landed here, we stayed in Panama City to get our visa, our pensionado visas done, and our e-cedulas. And then we had a car delivered that we purchased, and we drove our dog and us to Boquete, to an Airbnb. And we rented that Airbnb for 6 months. Then we wanted to try a different climate, a different microclimate in the area, and we had an opportunity to rent a brand new house, 2 houses down from where we live now. And as we were walking our dog, we saw this jungle had engulfed this house, and we could only see the roof. And we're the curious types, so we explored and decided, oh my gosh, there's a really cool house under there. And we did some checking around, and long story short, we ended up buying the abandoned house. And we've been working on it ever since. We closed last February, and We've cleared this property
19.
in 2019, and we've transformed it, and we're still not done, of course, and we love this location. Perfect location for us.
I'm attempting to drink all the beer in Panama.
Because he's newly retired and, of course, learning to relax. I'm not so much into relaxing. I'm quite active. I love my life here. So let's see, what do? I am teaching English with 2 other expat women at a Panamanian school. We do our own curriculum, all the prep, and we teach grades K through 6 every Monday. And that is one of my favorite things I do. I'm also involved in Amigo de Animales spay and neuter clinics. And I just got promoted to be the leader in the post-op department. So that's very exciting, and that's a wonderful organization. And then the third thing I'm involved in is dog camp. And that is a husband and wife from Peru, and they have a rescue organization, 40-some dogs at their property that they rehabilitate and then find homes for. That includes all this medical needs, socialization, everything, including helping animals that are really sick, starving, street dogs, abandoned, abused. So I help them, and they also have doggy daycare. And so our dog, Max, is fortunate to get to go and play with all those rescued dogs.
Take the tour.
Follow the advice.
Take
the
the
letter.
tour. If you're going to ask for advice, follow the advice.
Definitely.
Because make it easy on yourself. I've met some people here that did it what I would call the hard way, and it's unnecessary. Maybe if you're in a financial situation where you just can't afford to do things the easier way, then it's understandable. But if you've got the money to spend a little bit, do it the easy way, because it's the Republic of Panama. It's not the United States. It's there's frustration, and
it's a new thing to learn.
Yeah, make it easy.
But I have to contradict you. Even if you don't have the money, you should come up with the money, because you'll save yourself money by not having to do things twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
Because I've met many people who did not know what they were doing, and their costs, and their hassles were so much more expensive.
True.
So that was one of the reasons we
met
did
a couple that Jackie gave them the advice of the attorney. They went with somebody different, and they did it twice.
Yes.
So
very expensive.
And then the other thing for me is I would have learned Spanish better before I came here. Just makes things easier and richer. Actually have a conversation with the guy that cuts my hair. I look forward to that.
Have we reduced our cost of living? In some things, absolutely. Like medical, oh my gosh, we were paying $1,200 a month with $800 each deductible and 20 to 30% co-pays, and we were healthy. Here we have our insurance for the 2 of us, very comprehensive, $356 a month, $300 deductibles each, no co-pays, and we hardly ever even meet our deductible. So medical was a huge one, taxes, so some things that get imported
Utilities,
water, things that get imported in may not be as inexpensive, but when you balance it out, yes, our cost of living is much less here. Car insurance, taxes, utilities.
just the whole package is a lot less expensive. And then I think it's easy to regulate just how much you spend.
True. You don't have to eat out as often as we do,
Yeah.
but there's so many good restaurants here. It's really hard not to. And you don't have to shop online and pay shipping. There's plenty to buy here. So it depends on what you really want. You can live really cheap here, or less cheap, and depends on what you're looking for, really.